Top of the morning to you, fella. Listen, good morning, good
Opposite.
morning, good morning, everybody. This is the Smackdown Penitentiary. What? Okay, go to the bathroom and get him. Already, dude. I just set him up. I just set him up.
Yo,
Smackdown
that's
Penitentiary.
funny, man.
Smackdown Penitentiary. I am your host, Zia Silent, by the Mark Vic as well. Good morning. We're doing this thing at 11 a.m. and not 12 p.m. Makes for a better show. All right. So we got Smackdown. Smackdown set Barcelona on fire last night. We had a lot of stuff crammed in those 3 hours. It was so much stuff crammed in 3 hours that I was literally asking in the chat, what else can you possibly do on this show? We had a coming out party at B-Fab. B-Fab had a really good showing last night. Drew McIntyre doing what he does, fire on the microphone. Cody Rhodes had a little surprising action as well. Tiffy Time and Charlotte did a too long of a segment of a fight, and that was just underwhelming. And then Damian Priest gets into it with Shinsuke and then with Damian Priest later on. But we're going to start it off with LA Knight coming out to the crowd. And he literally okay, thank you. He comes out and he is in my opinion, it's the way that you want to start off coming into Barcelona. First time there at SmackDown. So what do? You send out the guy who can get the crowd going easy early, and they go crazy for him. They literally go crazy for him, and then he gets interrupted by Big Jim Uso, which I have been favoring for. I've been calling this for I don't know since he came out and put that promo out and said that his road to WrestleMania starts now, and that was I think the Rumble went around Rumble time. And he comes to LA Knight and tells him he's desperate. And at this point in time, I feel him because I'm like, what are they doing with Jim Uso? Like, he needs to be on the Mania card. We finally kind of see the seeds of what we predicted here on SmackDown about a month ago, that he is going to be somewhere in that running for the United States Championship. And then he's interrupted by little big brother Solo. No. And Solo, the thing about this is, what pissed me off is this happened at 3 p.m. our time. 3 p.m. our time. So there's spoilers everywhere, and I'm like, I'm just trying to look at other stuff. We got NFL free agency going on right now. I'm trying to look at free agencies going on right now, and as soon as I refresh my Facebook, I immediately see Solo F's up on the microphone. I said, God dang. It's unavoidable. You can't avoid it because they'll put, oh, spoiler alert, but then you have the video. If you're going to post a video ahead of time, I feel like you should play like a spoiler warning in the video. Don't play the video. Like, when you're scrolling on your Facebook, when you come across the video, it automatically starts playing. Right? You don't have to click it. If you come across it, you hover over it, it automatically starts playing.
You know what, though, honestly, these are TV actors. For them to barely ever make mistakes, like, come on, bro. They should be respected for that. Like, even people on Broadway, like, fuck up something.
Hell, even us. Like, people think that this is easy. Yeah. Put a camera in front of us and listen. The first couple of times I started doing this, you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what you're going to say. You can have a bunch of bullet points of what you want to say, but when you got a microphone in front of you, got a camera in front of you, and all eyes are on you, it's not the easiest thing.
Happy birthday, Charmaine.
Happy birthday, Charmaine. You getting old. We all getting old. But hey, 80s babies is becoming grandmas and grandpas now.
Nah, but Charmaine is Puerto Rican, so she ain't cracking yet. She's good. She looks like she's 35.
So Solo says he says fuck. But the problem is he was like, ooh, and then the whole crowd finally caught on. If he never said the ooh, the crowd wouldn't have caught on.
Mm-hmm.
I thought what was interesting about his promo is it literally looked like he was vying for that championship for himself, and then for Jacob Fatu. So it looks like he's on board with Jacob being in the front running for that title. And they start going at it. We get a impromptu 6-man tag with they're not even addressing them as the bloodline, the family, nothing. It's just Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa. That's it. All they introduced them all individually, which I thought was a little weird, right?
No, I mean, there really is no more bloodline. If you think about it,
It's to say there isn't any more bloodlines. So should Roman still be having this fucking tribal chief shirt then?
Well, yeah, because he's still known as he's still the OTC, the only tribal chief. So, like, you know, and mind you, they selling shirts and they still pointing their ones up. But the truth is, like, look, Sami Zayn doing his thing, Jimmy Uso doing his thing. I mean, mind you, this is the first time that Jimmy's wife has a better storyline than he does. You know what I'm saying? Like, in all of wrestling. So, you know, everybody's doing their own individual thing. And, you know, I don't know if you caught the promo, you know, prior to this, like when Jacob was like, I mean, did you notice how Solo got right behind him? And you know what I mean? It was just like, it felt like that old promo from when they were kids, when he was just like, I'm Solo Sikoa, the problem, and my cousin Jake. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. It felt like old school. It didn't feel like this bloodline stuff like they doing. I feel like, you know, once he lost to Ula Father, that was the ending of the bloodline. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But, like, you know, the bloodline lasted for 4 years. So, like, 5 years. Like, you know, so it's about that time to turn that page.
In which, if you guys haven't seen, WWE is actually promoting this on the website. The complete history of the bloodline playlist, I saw the first one that they had, which was 2020 to 23, as we were going into 24, and that was about 4 hours long. And this one is about 6 or 7. So when I get a chance one day, I'll go and watch that thing all over again. But so this match, like I said, you got LA Knight out there, you got Jim Uso, you got Strowman, 3 guys that really can get the crowd to pop. And this was a really good match. I thought this was a really good match to start it off. And I don't know what we're doing here as far as what our crowds are doing in America. Our crowds suck.
Wait, first of all, our crowds are spoiled. It's not that they suck, it's that they're spoiled, right? Because here's the thing. That kind of reaction that you got in Barcelona, you used to get at Madison Square Garden back in the day. You noticed it was just a show at Madison Square Garden, and it was nothing like it was in Barcelona.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's different. People go, the cost of tickets are different. You don't have, like, because, like, the type of New Yorkers that used to go to Madison Square Garden were the bridge and tunnel crowd, meaning the people from the outer boroughs, and back when the tickets were $20, and we would go in and wild out. Now, it's not like that. It's definitely not like that. The other thing you can notice, there was a lot more kids at Madison Square Garden than there was in Barcelona. You know what I mean? And so just like that show that they had in France, very, very similar. And you can tell this was a house show. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, we're spoiled. We have AEW, we have MLW, we have all of these other things. We have TNA, we have all this crap. And, like, you know, that's the first SmackDown ever in Barcelona. Not that they've never been to Barcelona, but, like, the first SmackDown. You know how hype that shit was? You know how expensive that shit was? Barcelona, of all places. Like, it's the 9th most visited city in the world. I guarantee you those tickets were through the fucking roof. I'm surprised that Triple H didn't do a press conference after that. Like, this was the highest ticket rated, after this freaking
I'm surprised he didn't address the crowd and starting out instead of LA Knight, honestly. Strowman, Jimmy, and LA Knight get the dub. And Tama Tonga, of course, has to be the one to take the finish because take the fall. He's the least important of the three. And immediately we got a brawl. And this thing with Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman is not over with. This little spot here where he runs towards him in the barricade. This had to be one of the weakest barricade spots I ever seen. And that's unfortunate because he didn't even hit. I didn't see that he really touched Braun. It was more so he threw his body into Braun.
He probably didn't. It was just a spectacle. Like this was, the lion tamer putting his mouth in the lion. Like, you know what I mean? That's what this was. This was a circus right here. Like at that. I mean, this whole show was a circus, but it's Barcelona.
So it looks like.
There's a snake in my boot.
Okay. Woody says there's a snake in his boot.
Yo, you gotta clip that.
You gotta clip that. All morning, bro. All morning, he's fine. All morning, he's fine. I'm like, yo, Daddy's about to do a show. Be quiet. He said, yes, Daddy's doing a show. Be quiet. He knows to be quiet.
That's got to be a commercial, bro.
As soon as the camera starts. As soon as the camera starts.
No, because it sounded like there's a snake in my poop. That's what it sounded like. So this shit is funny.
So it looks like Jacob, and this thing is going to come to that is not a son. That is my daughter. That is a son. He just has super curly hair. But yes, he is very adorable. So I do appreciate you. Thank you for the comments. It looks like we probably get this lasting thing with the Clash of the Titans here. With Strowman and Jacob. Strowman got his one up, and then Jacob had to get his one up. So you got to make it even now. You got to make it even. And next up, we get a video package of Jade and Bianca and that whole spiel, in which I think all ladies are doing some of the best work of their careers. Somebody on Twitter said that I wish I had clipped this. I wish I had clipped this, but I wish I had screenshotted it, but I don't want to like to talk about the lack of fans at AEW shows the way that Chris and Steve does. But the tweet said, "Oh, look at Jade Cargill going back to AEW where she started to show some love." And I said, "What?" It's because it's an empty arena. I said, "Yo, they flayed yo." Shout out to whoever had that tweet out, man. I wish I would have clipped that, man. I wish I would have clipped that. That was funny, man. That was so funny. Here Jade is just she's doing some really good acting. I'm not gonna lie to you. She made it really believable. And Kathy's asking her questions, and all of a sudden in the background you hear somebody, and it's the Mean Girls. I'm just calling them the Mean Girls because Liv is super petty, and then Raquel Rodriguez, aka Big Mommy Cool, Tres Leches, is just laughing.
Though? I don't think that anybody personifies Regina George like Liv Morgan. Like, if there's she is definitely the Regina George of the WWE. I'll give you that. Because yeah, definitely. And she does a very good job at making Raquel Rodriguez look like a crony, like one of her stooges, like straight up.
Yeah, this was. I agree. People will complain about wrestling for no reason. I mean, like I said, things that we complain about, or anybody that complains about they're a fan of, I guarantee you they probably never done it or experienced it ever.
Yes.
It's what we do here, critiquing just because we're fans. It's not an easy thing to do, right? Like people that I don't think that people have enough credit for people that do streaming and any type of podcasting where you're on camera, because the hardest thing to do is to stay like you're watching, like you're talking to an audience and there's nobody there, right? We can see our views, we can see people that are watching, and the hardest thing to do is still stay entertaining and nobody's watching you. right? There's no crowd there with Jade. It's just a one-on-one conversation, and she still has to stay in character. There's nobody, when people are doing promos, you can hear the crowd in the background of their promos. It's easier for them to get hyped up. There's nobody here to hype this character up in Jade, right? But Liv and Raquel are there, so now you kind of got something to bounce off of. But I thought this promo was fine. This wasn't a Jade Cargill promo where she's got the crowd, behind her or whatever. This is a one-on-one, and most of the time, this is where you can see a character really develop and blossom when they have those one-on-one outside studio promos or interviews. I thought this was really, really dope.
You know what though? But Jade Cargill, in my opinion, is like the female Bobby Lashley, at least in Bobby Lashley's prime. Why do I say that? Because she's more famous for her physique, the way she looks, her big smile,
money.
You know what I mean? Like she has, even though she's botched a few things in the ring, and she's not, like her best promo was just, I don't give a shit about that karate shit, bitch. Like, like that was her best promo.
Your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler has botched. Everybody has botched.
Like
everybody.
She's only 31. Like, she has time to do stuff. Like she can go far, but the main thing is just that like they're pushing her because look at her, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll give you something. Like, look, Jada Parker got better mic skills. Lash Legend got better mic skills. You know what I mean? But like, there's nobody that has put that much work into their physique like that. Like, she looks like a superhero. She looks like a superhero. I wouldn't mind if all of a sudden Marvel or DC cast her for something. Like, yo, if she really was Storm, like, could you imagine?
That'd be crazy.
I think the wrestling community would go nuts if Jade Cargill was Storm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it would be crazy. But anyway,
let me see. Actually, we got a little. Mike Knox just uploaded this, and there's a it looks like it's a exchange between Liv and Bianca, and then Liv demands the apology, right? And that's the same thing, and that's the only thing that Liv wanted from Bianca. However, the fact that she goes at Jade, like Liv and Raquel only got blamed for, I don't know, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe. Jade was gone for like 2 months. Like, she was like 2-3 months. She was gone. So I didn't like that timeline aspect, but maybe that's just a nitpick. But you said something about Jade and speaking on the microphones. I want to segue to this because I said this in the chat. Speaking wise, B-Fab has got it.
Yeah.
She's got it. She's got a nice look. She's fine. She's beautiful. She's got a nice look, long legs. And doing this conversation, walking to the ring, I said, okay, well, finish up. I'm doing a show. I don't understand. I said that B-Fab literally speaks better than half of the women's roster.
Well, yeah, that's what she was on Hit. That's what she was on Hit Row. She's a performance artist.
You couldn't if there's 20 main roster women, B-Fab can cut a promo better than 10 of them. I'm not capping when I tell you that.
Eminem could cut a better promo than all of them, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? Because she's a rhymer, like she knows. You know what I'm saying? You put MC Light in wrestling, and she body everybody. But my point is just that, like, she's been used as a jobber. She needs a story. She needs, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I'll tell you one thing. If it was B-Fab that ran over Jade Cargill, and you bring B-Fab into the mix, hey, you know what I mean? They just need to find something for her. They literally threw her at Charlotte Flair. You know what I mean? Because she knew they could handle it. But, like, She got no story. She got nothing popping.
I said it earlier. I said it last week that I was not a fan. Well, first and foremost, I like the fact that she went as the queen last week, but then I knew what they were setting up for, and it was going to feed B-Fab to Charlotte Flair, and that's the part that I hate. However, the good thing is this wasn't just a 5-7 minute match, right? Like this was like this was a good 15-minute match. If maybe 12 to 15 minutes.
I mean, look, they're putting all hands on deck to push B-Fab. Why they're doing it in Spain? That part I don't understand.
Because you know what, the Spaniards, people overseas will accept. They will accept what's in front of them.
She got no pop.
She got no pop, but
I bet you she would have got a pop if she was in Atlanta.
No, she wouldn't. Because the pops that she does get is when she helps out Meechin or Meechin helps out her, right? Like they like the tandem of B-Fab and Meechin. Them not necessarily popping for her is because they haven't seen enough of her, right?
Exactly.
But my point is they still were engaged in this, right? Like they were engaged in this, and it wasn't because they had Charlotte there. Like I don't even think this crowd rocked with Charlotte like that. I really didn't like. I like when she did the thing. She did the thing that Stephanie Vaquer does when she locks her legs around the neck and flops her ass in the air. Right? The crowd gave her nothing. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nobody wants to see a popsicle stick bouncing in the air. Nobody wants that. And she looked at the crowd, sticking her tongue out. I'm like, that nobody wants to see that, Charlotte. Nobody wants to see that. But I will say they probably put B-Fab in there to see how good can you really be? Where can you find that potential?
I noticed one thing. She barely sold the figure eight. Like that tap out was like whatever type shit. Like,
you think I thought that she held on as long as she could, and I thought
they had a good fight, but when they did the figure eight, like she barely sold it. I peeped that.
She probably because her legs are just as long as Charlotte's. Like, you got long legs, I got long legs. You ain't doing nothing to me. Facts. But I will say that, like I said, this is a really good match. It was a really good match. It was a good showing for B-Fab. Right? This is probably the second time in like a month that we've praised B-Fab being on the screen because she gets no screen time. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. What I mean,
so far she's like the Black Candice LeRae, and I hope that changes.
If Candice LeRae can get over, and I don't mean over with the fans, if she can get some sort of interest just by aligning herself with Nia Jax, please, by all means, give B-Fab something to leech onto. If they're going to do a Meechin B-Fab thing, cool. I'm for it.
She should have been there with the Street Profits. That's what she should have kept that up. They should have kept that up. Have her do her singles thing and then keep it up with the Street Profits because that was starting to work. And like if she was there yesterday holding up championships with them, that would have been popping. But
the thing that I don't care for, I didn't care for the brawl with Tiffany and Charlotte. Why did they start brawling? Can anybody in chat ask me why did they start brawling? No. I'm just saying. What did Charlotte do? What did Charlotte do to warrant a run-in from Tiffany and them to have to do a pull apart? They don't have that much animosity. They have that much animosity to warrant a pull apart.
But then didn't she beat up Tiffany like last week?
She left her land, but it don't warrant this. And this went on.
No, but then the other thing was just that like they set it up like she didn't release the figure eight, so Tiffany came in to save B-Fab.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're putting Tiffany in the hardcore babyface column. And then mind you, with a crowd like Barcelona, that works because what was everybody just doing? Tiffy time, Tiffy time, Tiffy time, Tiffy time, Tiffy time. Americans are not doing it that much anymore. I noticed that. You know what I mean? But I noticed when they went to France, it was just Tiffy time, Tiffy time, Tiffy time. And she even went like this.
Yeah.
She didn't do that. Jada Parker does that. She doesn't do that all the time. And so like they were definitely capitalizing on that Spanish hype. TV time, TV time, TV time. You know?
I just
Tifi tiempo.
It didn't matter how many people y'all had in here. Oh, you mean you tell me all these security guards can't keep these two little women apart? Come on, man.
That was ridiculous.
It was too many, man. Y'all had more people. Y'all had more security guards in there than Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Like,
I mean,
it was
you
too
know what,
much,
though?
man.
I think they were just all out there to catch Tiffany from that spot where she does the moonsault from that top of that stage or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Because she didn't even touch Charlotte. I noticed that. Like, you know, but everybody
wasn't even close. She wasn't even close. Oh, like how many platforms how many platforms can we get them to jump off of? This is literally what how many platforms can you guys jump off of? We got one on the top ropes, we got one off the commentary table. Hey, let's get one off the Titantron too. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just jump off of everything, because that's what's gonna get people intrigued. Look at that. Look at it. Nobody, no, all this, and I still don't give a good dog damn about this match. I don't care. I do not care about this match. Nobody can sell me on this match, and not even the two women that are involved. You know why? Because it should be happening. It shouldn't be happening. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be happening.
You know what, though? I think it's going to be as predictable as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but I think they're going to put on a really good match. I really do. I think that's how it's going to turn out. I'm not going to say that it's going to steal the show, because most people, I mean, there's going to be people that disagree just because Charlotte Flair is the greatest, but I clearly think Charlotte doesn't need a belt. Charlotte is a belt. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if Tiffany beats Charlotte at Mania, that kind of puts her over even more, because I feel like her fame is dwindling, honestly. I feel like her fame is starting to die
Charlotte?
down. But no, Tiffany. So like, I feel like
her run is trash.
Her what?
Her run is trash.
It is. And so I think that they're trying to fix that.
You can't fix it with one match.
Because the thing is, it's just that, like, all right, who's gonna, I think you can, because if her and Charlotte put on a real good show, then we'll see what can happen after that. You know what I mean? Because Charlotte Flair getting that title now, I don't necessarily see a future with her holding it, unless she just becomes like some major heel, which would work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really could work, but I don't know. I don't know, because this whole thing just feels like they're pushing Tiffany Stratton to the moon. Because if Tiffany loses, then what? You know what I'm saying? Then what's next for Tiffany Stratton? I don't see anything else past that, because I personally think that Tiffany Stratton needs the belt a hell of a lot more than Charlotte Flair does, personally.
She does, but the problem is she doesn't have anybody. Her build up as champion has not been good to me. It hasn't been good to me. This is what we were talking about. This spot here, the jump off. Miz TV is going on right now. And this is what's going, like, the trajectory. She's not even close to Charlotte.
Exactly.
She's not even. Charlotte's towards the left side of the crowd.
There's like a good 15
Tiffany's
people down there ready to catch.
Yeah. Like, it was trash, man. And the minute that I saw this, I said, I still don't care about this. I still don't care about this, because this was unnecessary. There was not that much hatred between these women. Like, this is something that should have been happening with Naomi and Jade, right?
Facts.
They have that kind of heat.
Facts.
These two women don't have that kind of heat with each other. It just didn't make sense to me. But anyway, Miz TV, and we get Cody Rhodes come out there, and Cody Miz cuts off Cody. He don't want no more pyro. He want none of that. He's not for it. He's a little bit jealous, pretty much. He came off as completely jealous, and he gets attacked for it. Cody don't want to hear none of that. He don't want to hear none of that. Cody basically says he's not here to talk. The only person he wants to talk to is John Cena, in which had WWE not already put out that they're going to be in the same place at the same time, this promo probably would have hit a little bit more, right? Like, but they had already advertised them.
Cody was there to sell that T-shirt he's wearing.
Yes,
that's why he was. He wasn't there for any other reason. Stop.
Yes, he was here. He was here to show to sell his Hulk Hogan inspired color T-shirt. There.
Oh shit!
That's
I didn't
exactly
that. That's
what,
funny.
That's exactly
that is funny.
It was. Like, he's literally talking to himself right now, and everybody's seen on Twitter. John Cena don't know what he did. He must have went overseas to cover up that bald spot, but the man got a new haircut. He got the bald spot is going. Everybody's saying, "Uh-oh, bald spot gone. Cody Rhodes is fucked." What Roman say? I woke up this morning. Everybody else is fucked. That's what John Cena is like right now. This bald spot is gone. Everybody else is fucked. Yo, Dr. Thugonomics is back. But he took just for a minute. Listen, the moment I start to get ball spot, yes, give me something. Give me some topic. I start to get some grays. I'm not embracing grays. I know people want to embrace. I'm not embracing grays. I don't want to embrace no grays. I'm not trying to look younger, but I'm not trying to look old. 40 is approaching. I found a couple of them here, but you know, we gonna plug them out. But
wow.
Yeah, man.
That's funny. Nah, man. I've had them since I was 17. I always those things
are called, it's hereditary.
No, those things are called stripes of wisdom. Okay,
wisdom at 17. Yes. I grew up with somebody at 24. At 24, he was beginning to get a whole great thing. I mean, he had the Mel Gibson going on, man. It was straight white up top, man.
That's
black dude, Haitian dude. He ended up having a whole head of nothing but white. Backstage, we see Shinsuke begging for a rematch, and Nick Aldis is telling he's going to suspend him for spraying the mist in a referee's face. And Damien comes up, and they gave Damien. They said we don't know what kind of shirt we want to give him. So you know what? Let's give him a Monday Night Messiah shirt mixed in with a Dominic Mysterio shirt mixed in with the Rey Mysterio shirt. Just blend them all together and see what the fuck come out. Like, this is literally what the Monday Night Messiah shirt looked like, mixed in with the playing card of, was it Rey or Dom that had the playing card? This is what this is. This is what this was.
I mean, you know, he started speaking in Spanish. Clearly,
Barcelona.
He's clearly putting on the identity politics. You know, when his match came out, they were calling him the champion. Like, they were calling him El Campeón because that's how they remember him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably the biggest pop that Damian Priest has gotten by himself since Backlash at Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, they identified with him because clearly he could speak Spanish. So, you know, that was that. But clearly this match was a filler. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's 3 hours. Everything is filler.
No, but I mean, you know, they're leading to him and Drew.
Yeah,
and that should be interesting because it looks like Drew's trying to put him over a little bit more.
Shinsuke comes out, and I'm standing by this. I'm stamping it. Shinsuke has the best presentation of an entrance in WWE. The blood moon behind him, the shinobi type entrance, it's amazing. All of it's amazing, and he's been crafting it every single week. He's been adding something new to it. Every week has been adding something new to it. This was just a big strikers match. This wasn't a wrestling match. This was a match between strikers. Shinsuke is a striker. Damien's a striker, but he mostly incorporates moves. I can't even tell you the last time I seen a slam from Shinsuke Nakamura. Have you ever seen a body slam from Shinsuke Nakamura?
No, I don't think but his whole thing is strong style. You know, like Japanese.
They don't even appreciate strong style no more. They really don't. They don't.
I mean, not here. No. Like, but over in
they'll go crazy for it over.
Yeah, overseas
for
Japan. You know. Yeah.
Here we have the hater of the year and Drew McIntyre. He's sitting at ringside, and as the match is starting to end, he costs Damian Priest a W. I mean, he gets a W, but it's not a clean W. It's a disqualification. I was not expecting Shinsuke in Drew McIntyre to kind of work together here. I was not expecting that. I was kind of expecting either Shinsuke would get pissed at Drew or Shinsuke would just leave because it's not his business. We got neither. We got them literally teaming up to beat down Damian Priest. So this match is leaning more and more towards what we I think it was executive consultant who first kind of in everybody's heads that this is the Mania match for them.
I mean, but Shinsuke is very Switzerland. He's very like, I'll take your money, but not your drama type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, you know, it kind of makes sense for him to align himself with the bad guy for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
There's rumors about him being future endeavored, but clearly it's not the case.
We don't know. We don't know at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through the 3 hour of SmackDown, which means we are going to take a small commercial break. When we get back, we'll get into DIY, Carmelo Hayes versus Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens showing up. Also, Gunther makes an appearance and goes against hometown hero Axiom. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. This is the SmackDown Penitentiary.
Okay, let's talk about Elimination Chamber because that's all the world is talking about because Jonathan, Horatio, Rodriguez, Tom Brady, the GOAT, now Hail Satan,
previously on the Mike Knox Show,
wins the Elimination Chamber and he sells his soul to The Rock.
Listen, last night, epic night, most historic night in all of professional wrestling. And I'm not talking about AEW Collision. We're talking about the Elimination Chamber.
man.
Guys, John Cena turns heel for the first time in his 20-plus year career. Amazing, amazing stuff. This was the greatest heel turn in professional wrestling since the NWO.
I agree with Big Daddy over here. I think the being choked out was the better option than being pinned, and I would have rather that anyway. Because being pinned just feels like, he got pinned out. That's kind of whack.
Oh, getting her cowboy Carter on. Ooh, black girl magic.
Bianca and Naomi, they dress alike because they're a tag team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jade comes out wearing all black, so it's the opposite, right? That's telling. But I also like that Naomi she has a star on her stomach, so that way it actually gives Jade a target of where to punch her in the gut because she's a turncoat. That chick threw her into a car, and Jade said, nah, I didn't forget about this chick. Came out here and fucked everything up.
Lose it, bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass. YouTube or Google me, turn it up and play it. Cause many people think it, I just had the balls to say it.
That was a clip from the Mike Knox Show doing a review on Elimination Chamber. We are back. This is a SmackDown Penitentiary. You know what? I'm being so forgetful. Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to the SmackDown Penitentiary.
yes, sir. Welcome to the SmackDown Penitentiary. Now, back to the action here on SmackDown. DIY is backstage doing a promo that absolutely nobody cares about. Nobody cares about. They're just talking in acronyms and da-da-da-da-da. Then here comes Motor City Machine Guns, and nobody cares about what they're talking about, moments of silence and all that. We don't care. We get Randy Orton coming to the ring, and right before that, we get the most entertaining woman on the main roster, Chelsea Green, with her entourage. Now, Alba Fire, Piper Niven. I'm loving this. Didn't like the fact that it's Alba Fire, but I'm loving that she has her own security. She's now got to keep this belt for at least another 2 months. I'm sorry. She's got to.
No, she's got to keep it for a long time. I'm here for the Green administration.
She's got her own J&J. Who's J&J security?
She had her own
J&J security.
secret service. I mean, I kind of feel bad for Alba Fire because I feel like she's been regulated to a goon. I think Piper Niven is good for that spot because
Secret Hervis. Yes, that's what I called it.
Like Piper Niven's been a goon since the days of Dewdrop, so I get that. You know what I mean? But for Alba Fire, like, you know, I kind of feel bad for her. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, you know, they had to figure out.
That's
clearly,
probably right.
No, clearly,
that's probably right.
Clearly, though,
Chelsea actually Chelsea probably plucked her from obscurity. Chelsea probably looked at the roster and was like, "Who can I use right now?" and just plucked her from obscurity. So
now
shout out to Chelsea for doing that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Interrupted by Miss Selena Vega, looking scrumptious. Selena's coming for that title. Meechin can't get the title. B-Fab eventually will try to get that title, but I think this has been teased week in and week out ever since Zelina Vega came to Smackdown, and I think this is your money match for that title. As far as that mid card goes, I absolutely believe that you're right, Jeffrey. The title probably is coming to Selena. The question, the matter is when. I think that you don't do it at Mania. Not when she got her secret Hervis.
I don't think so. I mean, unless they build more on this story, I don't really think so. Because my question is, what does Selena do with it after that? You know what I mean? Unless she's just gonna be a placeholder of the belt, because I don't see because as much as I love Selena, because she, number one, she's from Queens, number two, she's Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? I got a lot of things that I love about Selena Vega. Unfortunately, she's always get booked as a jobber, at least in WWE. You know what I mean? Always. Yeah. And like, you know, unless they had like major use for her, like, you know, I've never seen her with anything besides a tag team title and a Queen of the Ring. She's got some of the best mic skills in the business. But I personally think it's because she's so short. And mind you, like, I took a picture with her at WrestleMania 35. Like, she is really, really short. And I could be wrong about that because look at Rey Mysterio, but still, like, I really think that that's one of the reasons why she gets held back. You know what I mean? And she's just like really, really tiny because, you know, like this whole thing with her and them just throwing her around into different things, like she never, unless she's with somebody else, she never wins a championship. Never, you know what I mean? It might be this one, and I hope that I'm wrong. I would love to see her as United States champion, but in my opinion, I don't think there's going to be anything for her after the fact.
Okay. That wasn't even. That was poor material, even for you, EC. That was poor material. Yeah. You clearly saw that woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not a historian. I don't know. I just know that she got the Queen of the Ring. Doesn't matter who she faced. Oh, she faced Dewdrop. Yeah, it was Piper. Somebody bigger than her. I'm pretty sure it was Piper Niven. Randy Orton comes to the ring. Whole crowd gives him the "sing my ish" treatment. And I don't know what's up with this kid. What was up with this kid?
Without the comments.
They showed this kid all night, right? Like, what was up with this kid? This kid's depressed. This kid's not happy to be here. Like,
I mean, he might be royalty. He's in the front. I mean, king. I mean, Spain has a king.
Make a wish.
Spain has like.
Was it a Make-A-Wish king?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I mean, no, because
like it could be one though.
She looked bored. She looked like she wasn't into wrestling. So now
I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
No, because the thing is, they could be royalty because Spain has like a king and a queen and all of that. They just don't talk about it as much as the Brits do. So I got a feeling it might be that because I noticed how extra Randy Orton went for that specific child. You know what I mean? But maybe it is a Make-A-Wish. Who knows? But
it must be because Carmelo just grilled that kid, yo.
That's not a Make-A-Wish. That's not a Make-A-Wish reaction. I'll tell you that much. That just looks like somebody.
That is not. They are over it, yo. They are over it. Carmelo just grilling the kid like, yo, it's ignorant. This is ignorant.
The kid might be royalty. You never know. That's what I think. I could be wrong.
The dad is just looking like, oh, this is.
I will say, when it comes to Make-A-Wish kids, if I sat with one at WrestleMania in not New Orleans, in Orlando, they don't always have good seats like that. Just so you know. So, okay, because I was with a kid who, unfortunately he passed. I kept up with his family, and they were back there with us in the 200 section. So.
Jesus. Honestly, this is a really good match with Carmelo and Randy Orton. You're still getting, even if Melo gets the rub and he loses, even if he loses, he's still getting the rub, right? He's still getting the Orton rub. And Orton is one of those vets who's gonna tell somebody what they're doing wrong or what they're doing right and what they need, right? And it's not much that Carmelo needs. Clearly, it's not much. He could probably use 4 to 5 inches poles, but the man has got. He's been on the main roster. The man has got. He's been on the main roster for a while now.
That's one of those moments where pause makes things just worse. We're thinking about his height. Like, come on.
No, I'm not done.
Shit, we can all use 4 or 5 more.
So, as the match is over with, well, it spills in the crowd, but as the match is over with, right? Kevin Owens. We want this. They are teasing this, and when we get this moment, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Carmelo is about to get that boot, that punt kick, and Kevin Owens pulls him out. I didn't see Kevin Owens pull him out. I just thought that Kevin Owens was off to the side, but they said that he pulled him. They said that he pulled him out, but I didn't think so because Kevin was way on the other side of the ring. But anyway, they said he pulled him out, which is fine. They're teasing this. Once he finally gets that punt kick off on Kevin Owens, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect Kevin Owens to show up in Barcelona, even though it wouldn't be off the table. I just didn't expect to see it. But this was a good match. This was a good segment from everybody involved. Carmelo, Orton, and Kevin Owens. It makes this rivalry with Owens and Randy even more interesting. And I just thought it was A+ across the board. Your thoughts, Mr. Mike Knox, as we welcome you into the penitentiary, as Vic had to pull out. Pause.
He was right. Sometimes we shouldn't say pause. I don't think Kevin Owens put that man out that ring. That's first and foremost. They didn't say that. I didn't even see that at all. But because you could go back to the last shot you had, Melo was looking for that to happen. I think he just gravitationally pulled himself out. Whatever happened there. Whatever. The storyline was supposed to have him pull him out. I think you said earlier, we spoke off air as we were doing some recordings earlier, and I'm not taking nothing from Randy. Randy's goated. That's forever let that be said. But I don't think, we always say, well, Randy makes everybody looks good. Carmelo makes people look good by himself. Okay. I always say, like, you go back to anything that Mr. Perfect did or Dolph Ziggler did or RVD did. Those 2 RKOs he took, Melo did it that way. It wasn't Randy Orton that did that. Randy Orton just applies the move. So, but I think it was good. Yet again, they're giving him shine. He's not winning, but I figure that when you're in the ring against legends that he's been in the ring with, Carmelo, it is what it is. I loved it.
What up, George? After that, we get what I said earlier, the changing of attitude from
what was this? Did they just give us the Men in Black? Just forgot what it just was that 2 weeks ago, because this was great to me to see that it's just all is forgotten. We messed up the storyline. Let's get it back together.
Solo was on board with Jacob trying to go for that U.S. title, and then at the end, all 3 of them do the 5, 2, and I said, "Yo, that's great." They clearly know who the guy is out of those 2, but everybody knew that. right? Everybody knew that. So
I still
think that
say
it
it's
was
Solo.
good.
To me, Solo made that entire segment. His face expressions, even in the promo earlier at the beginning of the show, Solo is that guy. And what my fear is, I told my kids last night, we're watching SmackDown. I'm not sure if I like Jacob Fatu. And here's why. They're making him unbeatable, right? And to me, there's something about, as you go back and we look at my man Rad, we played the video for Black History Month, right? And he's Samoan, but they, everybody, the culture is the culture. And so the hoodness of that, what does that mean for him? Because that's, you know what I mean? I don't know where they're going with Jacob. That's all. No. At least Solo, I see he has a direction. We know who he is. We know who he was. Things of that nature. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not just denying his talent, his skill, even. But at some point, all brakes, no gas. What does that exactly mean? That's all. That's what it is for me. I just don't. I want to like him, but I just don't know why I'm supposed to like him, because he's unstoppable. He's an unstoppable monster. That doesn't do it for me. What's his story?
Yeah. This is a good analogy. Fatu is becoming a fiend. I can agree with that in some aspects statement. because but the thing is, Jacob doesn't have that moniker of when Bray was when Bray was becoming the Fiend. The Fiend is an unstoppable. It's Finn Balor becoming the Demon. When you go to those lengths, there's nobody that can stop you. And
it makes sense that way, right?
Yeah. Only somebody that has that type of moniker.
He does do the
boogeyman.
The boogeyman, John. So maybe he's telling the boogeyman. He's a candy boogeyman.
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango. Listen, I'm from the age where I saw Papa Shango take down Hogan with some damn voodoo. Okay. Oh, you remember that? You ever see that clip? Like, he never touched Hogan. Okay, it was all voodoo.
But yeah, when you got the Fiend, when you got that aspect of the Fiend should have been unstoppable. He should have been unstoppable, right? It was just,
but he was, wasn't he?
And he was until he ran into
that
Goldberg.
match? I can't remember at Mania with him and Orton. He beat Orton, right?
No, he did not beat Orton.
He lost the whole thing when she pops out the thing and everything. He lost
betrayed
that
him.
match? Damn.
Remember she had the black blood that was coming down her face, and it threw Bray off, and then she ended up betraying him, and they never followed up.
Corny.
It never followed up.
Mordecai.
So we get back. We get this here. Everybody's saying this is
Malachi Black. Oh, baby girl.
Everybody's saying this is Malachi. Right, and then what does the number 4 mean? Nobody knows what the number 4 is. My theory is this is the 4th time that we're going to see him somewhere. We saw him in NXT, we saw him in Raw, we saw him in AEW. Now he's on SmackDown. So that's just my theory. I don't know. It was stupid as hell. But
Kayla wanted to say, is it the 4th of May? Is it 4 more shows? What is is it 4 weeks before WrestleMania? What is the 4th? That was nothing. Like, hey,
that's what it is. I mean, that's what everybody's saying, though. So I would think that the smoke kind of gives that some leeway as well. Malachi Black. Malachi.
You gotta do it right. Malachi.
But
hold on. So just to let Fernando know, we had already saw a promo that clearly just think that it was Rey Fenix earlier in the show.
Yeah.
So it's Alistair. That's what we're talking about. But Rey Fenix, we saw that promo earlier in the day. So
Gunther, in a surprise, comes out there and just bragging and boasting. He would rather been somewhere else than Barcelona. And I did not think or know, but also I tried not to read too ahead. But Axiom shows up, and he's the first Spaniard-born WWE star. That's not to be confused with Spanish. Spaniards and Spanish are different, to my understanding.
I'm gonna say how.
So,
where's Vic when we need him?
They still speak the same
that's what I'm
language, but Spaniards and Spanish are
because it's just in one's actually in Spain, where other ones derived from Spain, right? So like there's Africans,
Then we have African Americans, right? So
I mean,
we just did that. Listen to that. Welcome to the penitentiary, where you can also get your commissary. Don't drop the soap. You gotta have soap on the rope and learn the difference.
I mean, I dated a white African. That if you could believe that,
that's
she was
possible.
a white African.
Africa's not all black. You know
It's not, but they would lead us to believe the most beautiful white African. I'm still going to say it's
So Roka. Listen, I'm not going to disagree with that. I love that African white woman.
African white queen. All right, back to the match.
You're gonna get me in trouble. I can't see it.
Listen, so this match, really long, but I felt like Axiom was a test to see Gunther can be beaten by Jey Uso, and I'm not comparing Axiom to Jey Uso in a sense. The style of Axiom, take away the flipping, Axiom is a striker just as much as Jey Uso is a striker. We can sit here and say, oh, Shinsuke Nakamura is great and strong style. Da-da-da-da. As I said earlier, I've yet to see, I don't think I've ever seen, I can't tell you 3 to 5 slams from Shinsuke Nakamura. And everybody says he's a great wrestler. Jimmy Uso will strike all day, throw you a body slam, give you a Samoan drop, a back body drop, and people will say they ain't got no wrestling moves. But then you look at somebody like Shinsuke and say, yeah. And you look at somebody like Axiom without the flipping, all he does is strike. And you're like, yeah. Why? But I said that to say this. This is the show that Gunther has problems with people that are strikers. Whether they display it or Ilya Dragunov, those matches they had in UK, in NXT UK, classic freaking matches. And Dragunov is, for the most part, a striker / submission. And I'm not done.
No, we need to hear nephew's conversation. Don't be muting my nephew when he's talking on air.
No, because he's not. Like, dude, I'm almost done. Let me get. It's just 8:00 this morning, dude.
You only got one. Stop it. I had 3 to 3 at one point. Leave me alone.
This match, I will say that this match did steal the show, absolutely 100%. But it was at this point where I said, all right, I'm kind of getting tired. What else can you put in this show?
This 3-hour Smackdown's be taken too damn long.
3 hours on a Friday night, and I've been drinking. And listen,
I'm trying to game a brand new game they keep advertising. Like, I can't do them though. North Carolina got people stepping over the line and lose games. Like, it was a terrible night.
It was a terrible night for sporting events. But yeah, I will say that they did make me think that Axiom was gonna win this. But I get it. He had a great showing, and anytime you have a great showing in your hometown, you don't have to get the dub always, but he looked strong. He looked like he shouldn't even be in NXT, and that's pretty dope. We thought, the whole crowd thought that once he had the chokehold on, the whole crowd was yeet. I thought so too. I thought we was going to get some Jey Uso. We got no Jey Uso. We got Gunther on the card. We had no reason to have Gunther on the card, but we
definitely
got
when several people, even Charlotte, did this at one point in her match. Did the yeet thing. I thought he was going to show up too. I guess they're just saving it for Monday in England or wherever they are on Monday.
Where are they on Monday?
Just notice at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Bologna?
That's all I know. 3 o'clock in the afternoon Raw. I miss you, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
After that, we get the video package of Roman coming back and costing well, not costing because he helped Seth Rollins inadvertently, but Paul Heyman just, hey Paul, we need you to come out here and just say something. That's it. Just say something. And Paul just blabbing. He's not talking about nothing. He's just blabbing. But it's Paul Heyman, so you're gonna listen, right? Promotes WWE 2K25. Cool. then says that
We have a
Roman
second
will
review about
be-
that on Monday, a week later.
Roman will be in Bologna.
Bologna, like
Bologna.
Well, I don't like bologna. You know he don't like bologna.
I like bologna.
Fried.
So he'll be there, and then fried egg, bacon, and bologna and egg sandwich. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So Roman plans to be in Bologna next week, and CM Punk says that he's going to come, Pauls, as well. And we're about to see. I think we're coming closer to seeing what that favor was or is, because they haven't said anything. But then Wade Barrett reminds us, I want to know what the damn favor is. That's all. For those counting, that is only my first impression of the day. That's all I'm saying. That's my first impression.
We didn't have to count. That's your first impression. I had the grand.
That's only my.
Wow.
That's my first. That's
So you gotta say Bianca then.
So we understand that next week we're going to get oh Lord, Jay Cargill and Liv Morgan.
Can she rest on her glasses? Talking about Liv.
So that's what we're getting Jay Cargill versus Liv Morgan from that promo thingy that they had earlier in the day, if they want to call it that. Clearly it was taped days ago, but nonetheless we're getting that. So how you feel about this, Roman? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the tribal chief has spoken.
He didn't say a word. He just sniffed it.
And then if Vic was here, he would definitely be saying this over Piper Niven.
I don't know though. You got Piper and his queen's favorite, Selena Vega. Selena Vega shouldn't even come close to winning this match, but she will.
Yeah,
I just don't think Selena is believable. That's just me.
Main event time. We get the Street Profits.
That man came out in a black fur.
That man had a black fur.
Looking like a Shar-Pei.
Boy, I don't know what it. Listen, I don't know what it was, but I said, you know what? I started watching all. I said, I need to utilize my TV a little bit more. I got this 4K
about
TV.
time. About time.
I started using this. Listen, I watched Black Panther 1 and 2 past 2 days in 4K.
You
4K, beautiful. Montez came with the black fur. I said, oh, he must have been on the same type of time I'm on. He must watch Black Panther 2 and Q. God dang.
Hey, we know they got at least an 8K TV.
So Legado del not Legado. No, yeah, Los Garza and Legado del Fantasma come out there, and we'll be waiting for you. Same thing, pretty much same thing. Motor City Machine Guns said to DIY, right? And they come out there, they're hyped, they're hyped up and everything. And right before we get to that, Gunther be on his trolling shit heavy. Gunther really be out here trolling, right? And he thought he was telling Jim he's the Jimmy was the smarter one of the two. And Jimmy was like, yeah, my brother won't beat your ass. What are you talking about, boy? But anyway, back to this match here.
I like Daddy. I want Cocomelon Cup.
Okay, look, give me 5 minutes, okay?
I want Cocomelon Cup, and I can drink the tea and the Cocomelon drink.
Okay, give me 5 minutes and I'll get it for you.
Keep that key drinking in the cup. I was me translating, baby, y'all.
Yeah. So, this match really, really good match. Heavy hitting, fast paced. Probably the best match I've seen DIY in since having those tag team championships.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of DIY. They have some good matches. I'm not gonna like their match of the Motion Machine Gun Started 3 those are good matches.
Yeah, I would agree. But it's sometimes they're hit and miss for me. So I mean, sometimes I come in here, I'm like, yeah, DIY had a match and it was good, and then the next week I'm like, I could have did without this. So that's just my opinion. But we This match was a long match too. It was about a good 25 minutes. Good.
I looked at my watch exactly. It was 10:45 when that bell rang.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, when the bell rang. You know, I was thinking from by the time the Profits came
intros
out
and all that stuff,
the package, and then it had Jimmy. Yeah, it was like it was like 10:30 when that had happened.
Yeah.
And backstage we see Pretty Deadly watching on as well. And excuse me, thought I had to burp. But the Profits get a near fall here after this double team, and then we get Dawkins. Shoot, I can't play. I want to play it, but I can't play it, so it's hard for me to do this. But the crowd, Montez, best splash out there. I gotta do it.
Best splash is RVD. Should have fast forwarded a little bit more. Yeah, it's got 7 seconds. Way to pause it. Way to pause it.
Yeah.
Way to pause it. Yeah. Take it off and put it back. Take it off the screen and put it back.
Bam! Best splash out there. And they get the titles. And what sucks is 4 years and you're only 2-time World Tag Team Champions. Bianca is still on Bianca's pulling double duty right now.
Yeah.
Because she's a SmackDown star, but she can go to Raw, but her storyline is still intertwined with SmackDown.
And
but
Raw, because
her championship is Raw, is on Raw. So she's everywhere. And plus she's a fine woman. So she's going to, hey, we need you to go here. I'm there. So yeah. It is about time with Street Profits. It's about almost a year too late. You should have had this. Where was this when Bobby was there?
Yep.
You didn't do nothing from the Street Profits had progressed attitude-wise, character-wise. Nothing had progressed. So why couldn't they have gotten this when they had Bobby Lashley backing them? I didn't get it. I really didn't get it at all. But all in all, still really, really good match, really good night of SmackDown. I enjoyed it just a little bit too long. Not gonna lie, I dozed off like the 10-15 mark. Woke up.
Leave that cracking alone.
I woke up. No, I wasn't even drinking though. I wasn't drinking though.
Something my son said I never noticed. He said, anytime you hear them say to become the new, they never win at that moment. And I thought that was something that I never noticed as a wrestling fan. And all the things I try to point out that I noticed. Yes, you do. So I thought that was pretty funny. But it's about time they won the titles. Like I said, 4 years too late for me. Or 4 years. I didn't realize it was 4 years since they won the titles.
Yeah.
So I wonder how this would have gotten over in the States, truth be told.
Probably wouldn't have.
So that's my take. I got a lot more to say that on Monday. But a big show on Monday. That try not to focus on the things we know is coming on Monday. So
before we get up out of here, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we have something. Is this the right one? This one?
No, that's the
okay.
entertainment.
We got 2 of them.
Yeah.
We got 2 of them.
One actually says entertainment though.
I didn't see that. Mike Knox show coming up on Monday. Actually, let me start from tonight. Tonight, you get another dose of Z Pauls as I am on the Collision Review show with Mad Dog Kelly. And yes, there are people that watch Collision, and I'm one of them. So, what are you going to do? Monday, you can catch the Mike Knox show at 6 p.m. Then you can catch the Rated R review. After that, immediately after Raw goes off the air, NXT Trio immediately after NXT on Tuesday. And Cactus Katie, Captain Shay, and Sheriff, along with Mad Dog Kelly with All Elite Women Review. Then Top 5 and predictions on Thursday. You can come back, y'all, for the Smackdown Penitentiary on Saturday.
No soup for y'all.
And can you do the entertainment side for me, please?
Absolutely, sir. Go ahead and plug it up there for me. Guys, we have something for everybody with our entertainment segments, our sister channel. Why do I always call it sister channel? Why can't it be their brother channel? On Public View Entertainment. If you watch TV, we know you do because you watch wrestling, right? We got the Trio of Destiny every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, doing Daredevil, doing the Invincible review. We got movie reviews coming out this summer. We're back on our game fully there with doing that. We have the Husband and Wife Review Show coming back, talking about Raising Caning Season 4. We got Federation Tuesdays back this Tuesday with the crew. Also, the challenging times for our MTV Challenge fans. We have a review show for that. And then the Wolfpack doing movie after movie. The movie just got finished doing the Superman trilogy. And now coming up next month, we'll be running the Blade series as well. So something for everybody on Public View Entertainment as well. Check that out on our brother sister channel.
Speaking of TNA Sacrifice, executive consultant, you should be very happy. Jakara Jackson had her hair actually done, and they showed up in TNA. So the Metaphor Girls, the Metaphor Girls showed up in TNA Sacrifice to challenge Ash by Elegance and what was her name? Heather by Elegance or some, I don't know what Heather. Heather's a terrible wrestling name, by the way. That's a terrible wrestling name. Don't say that. Wait till the BWC gets a hold of this if they haven't already.
No, listen, I cannot stand, and I gotta say this. We coming for you. I hate that whole entire thing. Because to me, it's the same thing with the crying Jordan memes, right? I never got it because it was nothing. He was crying was a serious moment. If y'all want to repay respect to Booker T, he says time and time again how that was the most embarrassing and thing he wish he could take back of his entire career. But y'all do that for what reason? I hate that entire thing of because what means somebody out there is saying the rest of that sentence. And I just, as a fan, we gotta get better at that. Like, come on, there's no reason we're coming for you. We coming for you. It's stop it. Grow up. Get a life.
For the Zia Silent, for Mike Knox, I am the Zia Silent, and this has been Smackdown Penitentiary. Actually, guys, thank you guys for waking up and having this at 11 a.m. This is actually a really good idea from Vic. I think I kind of want to move it to 11 because by the time 12 comes and then we're done at 1:30, sometimes 2, I'll be ready for a nap at that point. I didn't feel like I did a whole day, but this is good. Thank you guys for waking up with me and with Vic. Shout out to Vic for doing this, and thank you, Mr. Mike Knox, for stopping by. I don't actually have a commercial here, so you know what? We're going to leave you with a commercial for one of Monday's shows. We did Mike Knox, so we'll leave you with a Raw show, so you guys look forward to Mondays.
By the way, I'm looking at a few of them. I'm looking at a few of them.
Raw?
No, the ones from your show. But if you can play the Raw, you can play it on time.
Oh, I did. You know what? Yeah, let's keep the trend. Let's keep the trend going. We're gonna keep the trend going. Give you a nice little throwback because that's what we like to do. Because I ain't been doing no commercials, so we do nice little throwback. So, as always, live, laugh, love hard, love often. Drink, be merry, and reach for the sky, boy. And as always, rest in peace to Jay Briscoe. Yeah.
Welcome to the Smackdown Penitentiary.
So backstage, Nia looking very scrumdiddlyumptious. I mean, anytime. I mean, the curls. It's the curls. Love the curls, need the curls, can't do anything without the curls. I just want the curls. And anytime that woman has those curls on, those curls are popping. The makeup is flawless, but not to be outdone because Tiffy time. I like the darker highlights in the hair. No, I'm not gay.
We're not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's fine if that's who you are.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have many gay friends.
My father's gay.
Because mostly they would say men, we don't pay attention to things like these. And this is this is a really good detail that has made her hair not look so fake. Because most of those blondes that they come up from NXT, they got super bright blonde hair and it just looks fake. And Tiffany's hair did look super fake.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Go ahead and finish. I have to visualize this question.
Okay. He has to visualize. He needs flashcards, Jack.